What if you were inside a fortress with only women and children, and an enemy spy was watching you? No soldiers, no protection, no time to wait. This is a real story from the time of the Battle of the Trench, a story of courage, of quick thinking, and one powerful decision. During this time, the situation was very serious. The main army was outside the city, facing a large enemy force. Inside the city, women and children were sent to a safe place. They were kept in a fortress belonging to Hassan ibn Thabit. This fortress was close to a group that had already broken their agreement and had turned against the Muslims. Inside this fortress was a brave woman, Safiya bint Abdul Muttalib. She was the aunt of the Prophet and the sister of Hamza ibn Abdul Muttalib. She herself explains what happened. She says, "A man passed near us. Then he started walking around the fortress. This made things clear. He was not just passing by. He was watching, looking carefully, trying to understand the situation. It became clear that he was a spy. At that time, there was no one between them and the enemy. The main army was busy outside. If an attack happened here, no one could come to help in time." She says, "I feared that he would go back and inform others about our weakness. The danger was real." So she turned to Hassan and said, "This man is moving around the fortress. I fear he will tell others that we are unprotected. The army cannot come to help us. Go and kill him." But Hassan replied, "You know, I am not a man for this." He was a man of words, not of fighting. Now the situation was critical. No one else was there to act. So she made her decision. She says, "I tied my clothes firmly, took a stick, and went toward him. Alone, she walked up to the man and struck him hard on the head. A strong blow. He died on the spot. She returned to the fortress. Then she said to Hassan, 'I am a woman. I cannot touch his body. Go and take off his weapons.' But Hassan replied, 'I have no need for his weapons.' So once again, she went herself. She removed his weapons. Then she cut off his head and threw it toward the enemy's side. This action had a strong effect. The enemies saw this and thought, there must be guards inside. Even though there were no soldiers there, they became afraid. Because of this fear, they did not try to attack again. They stopped taking that risk. This one action protected all the women and children inside. Later, the enemy group continued to support the main attacking force and even sent supplies to them. But this chance to attack the fortress was gone, all because of one brave decision. This is the courage of Safiya bint Abdul Muttalib. She did not wait for someone else. She saw the danger and acted. Her courage protected many lives, and her action changed the situation completely. Sometimes, strength is not about numbers. It is about action at the right time. What happens when fear starts to break people from inside? When hunger, cold, and danger become too much to handle? And when some people begin to lose hope and step back? This is what happened during the Battle of the Trench. At that time, not everyone in the Muslim army was strong in faith. There were also people who only appeared to be with them, but inside, they were weak. As the situation became harder, their reality started to show. The weather was extremely cold. Food was very limited. People were hungry for days. There was no proper rest. Nights passed without sleep, and in front of them was a huge enemy force. All of this pressure began to expose those who were not sincere. These people started coming to Prophet Muhammad. They began asking for permission. They said, "Our homes are not safe. Allow us to go back to the city." But this was not the full truth. It was an excuse. They also began saying things that showed their doubt. They said, "Muhammad promised us that we would gain great treasures. But look at us now. We are so afraid that even going out for basic needs feels dangerous." Some of them even spoke openly in front of their leaders. They said, "Our houses are exposed to the enemy. Let us go back and protect them." They claimed their homes were outside the city and not safe. But in reality, this was fear speaking. The situation became so serious that even a group known as Banu Salamah began to lose strength. They started thinking about stepping back. On one side, this was the condition inside the army: fear, weakness, and people trying to leave. But on the other side, there was an even bigger danger. A nearby group had already broken their agreement. This created a new threat, very close to the city. Now the danger was not just outside. It was also from within. These were extremely stressful moments. Pressure from all sides. But in this situation, Prophet Muhammad did not let the morale fall. He did not allow fear to take over. Instead, he took strong and wise steps. He made a clear plan, to deal with the situation. As part of this plan, he continued sending groups to guard the city. This was to make sure that no sudden attack would happen, especially on women and children, because if the enemy saw any weakness, they could attack without warning. So protection was necessary. But even with this, the situation still required a decisive move, something strong, something that could break the connection between the enemy groups, because the enemies were united, and as long as they stayed united, the danger would remain. So now, a major step was needed, a step that would change the direction of the situation. And soon, that step would be taken.